In the beautiful game of football, some stories end in glory, others in heartbreak. Some players retire as legends, their names etched in history forever. Others become haunting reminders of what could have been. This is the tale of Eden Hazard, a magician with the ball at his feet, whose career became one of the most devastating what-if stories in modern football history. Picture this, a small town in Belgium, where a young boy with a football at his feet is about to change everything. Eden Hazard wasn't born in a football academy. He was crafted in the grassroots. At Royal Stade, Brenois, and AFC Toubise, this kid was already doing things that made grown men stop and stare. The technique was flawless, the vision was supernatural, and at just 14 years old, French giants Lille knew they had to act fast. They brought the Belgian wonder kid to their academy, and from that moment, European football would never be the same. The boy from Belgium wasn't just joining Lille, he was about to conquer the continent. At Lille, the magic truly began. This teenager wasn't just playing with men, he was embarrassing them. Ligue 1 had never seen anything like it. In 2011, at just 20 years old, Hazard led Lille to their first league title in 57 years. 57 years. He wasn't just a player. He was a phenomenon. The whole of Europe was watching now. Barcelona wanted him. Manchester United were desperate, but there was one club that wouldn't take no for an answer. Chelsea. Stamford Bridge became Eden Hazard's kingdom. From the moment he stepped onto that pitch in 2012, the Premier League had a new king. For 7 incredible seasons, he was unstoppable. Those magical feet, that devastating pace, the way he could dance through entire defenses like they weren't even there. Watch the highlights and tell me you've seen anything more beautiful. The way he'd receive the ball, drop his shoulder, and suddenly 3 defenders were on the ground wondering what just happened. Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal. It didn't matter who they were. Hazard made them all look ordinary. 2 Premier League titles, FA Cups, Europa League glory, Player of the Year awards. But the numbers don't tell the whole story. Hazard wasn't just playing football. He was painting masterpieces on the pitch. Fans would arrive early just to watch him warm up. Opposition players would ask for his shirt before the game even started. This was Eden Hazard at his absolute peak. Not just one of the best wingers in the Premier League, but one of the most feared players on the planet. Messi and Ronaldo were in a league of their own, but right behind them, that was Eden Hazard's throne. But every king dreams of conquering new kingdoms, and there was only one throne left that mattered: the Santiago Bernabeu, Real Madrid, the club of Galacticos, the stage where legends are born and dreams come true. Summer 2019, the transfer that broke the internet, 100 million euros. Eden Hazard was finally getting his dream move. The same club that housed Zidane, Ronaldinho, and Cristiano Ronaldo was now welcoming their new prince. The presentation was spectacular. 50,000 fans chanting his name. This was supposed to be the beginning of a new era. But sometimes dreams become nightmares faster than you can imagine. The very first season, warning signs appeared. A small ankle injury here, a fitness issue there. But nobody was worried. This was Eden Hazard, the man who had been unstoppable for 7 years. But then came the pandemic. And when football returned, something was different. The player who once glided past defenders was now struggling to find his rhythm. The magic seemed dimmed. Fans were patient. Madrid was patient. After all, this was just a rough patch, right? Right? What happened next was devastating. Injury after injury after injury. His body began to betray the very talent that made him special. Ankle problems, muscle strains, fitness battles. The man who once glided past defenders was now struggling to even stay on the pitch. The statistics are heartbreaking. In his first season at Madrid, just 22 appearances. Second season, 21 games. By his 3rd year, he'd played more games for Belgium than for Real Madrid. The player they paid 100 million euros for was spending more time in the treatment room than on the training ground. Game after game on the sidelines. Season after season watching from the stands. The fans who once chanted his name were now wondering if they'd ever see the real Eden Hazard again. 76 appearances in 4 years at Madrid. That's barely 1 season's worth of games spread across what should have been his prime years. Meanwhile, his former Chelsea teammates were lifting Champions League trophies, and he was posting Instagram stories from the physio table. The cruel irony was unbearable. In 2023, Eden Hazard announced his retirement at just 32 years old. 32, an age when most world-class players are still competing at the highest level. But for Hazard, the battle was over. His body had won the war against his talent. The farewell posts were heartbreaking. The tributes poured in from around the world. But nothing could change the harsh reality. One of the most gifted players of his generation was walking away in his prime. Not by choice, but by necessity. Winner. In another universe, he's mentioned alongside Messi and Ronaldo. But in this reality, He's football's cruelest reminder that talent alone isn't always enough. Eden Hazard, the magician who lost his magic, leaving us all wondering, what if? Sometimes the most tragic stories in football aren't about those who never made it, but about those who had everything and watched it slip through their fingers like sand. This was Eden Hazard's story, a reminder that in football, as in life, there are no guarantees, only memories of what once was and dreams of what could have been.